Alright then guys, so yeah, this will be definitely an interesting video because you see, several days ago Creative Assembly released their 25th anniversary of Total War franchise, where they introduced their newest content like End Times DLC for Warhammer 3, new engine and especially a new Total War title, which will be of course Medieval 3. Now, unfortunately for many players who are the fans of 40k, they didn't introduce Total War 40k. And according to reactions from many YouTubers and players in the community, this anniversary was massive disappointment for many players. And I shall be honest, are people surprised? Many people were hyped before the anniversary and they gave us certain information about the future of the franchise and the future content. Half an hour or even more than half an hour, they were talking about the entire DLC for Warhammer 3, which, let's be honest, no one was interested. Well, no one was basically interested about it. No one actually cared about that DLC if you checked the comment section. Why? Because many people were basically interested about the new historical Total War game. Basically this, introduction of Negash DLC was the massive failure for the CA, because most people were not even interested about it. They were more interested about a new historical title. When it comes to that video, a small segment was about Medieval 3 and a new engine which is called Warcore. Now when it comes to the new engine, I cannot say if engine shall be good or not, because so far we don't have a Total War game which uses this Warcore engine. Maybe Total War 40k and Medieval 3 will have this new engine, I don't know. However, we need to talk about Medieval 3, guys, because that was probably the most important thing during this whole anniversary video. Medieval 3, as they mentioned in the video, is an early pre-production. And this is exactly the thing which we need to talk about it. What does it mean, pre-production? Well, according to the AI, early pre-production is the initial crucial planning phase in filmmaking or other media after the script is mostly set, focusing on solidifying the creative vision, logistics and finances before actual shooting begins, involving script breakdown, budgeting, casting, location scouting, hiring crew, and detailed scheduling to prevent costly delays later. It's the foundation where every detail is hammered out, ensuring all departments are aligned for its efficient production. Basically, Medieval 3 is not even in production. As many people said, they don't have anything, they have nothing when it comes to Medieval 3. They literally have nothing when it comes to that game. What they show us, in that anniversary video, it was just a small trailer, where they shown us some kings and queens, where they were talking about building an empire, a kingdom realm, but that's it. They basically have nothing, no gameplay. They don't have anything. They just have nothing. Okay, basically this is, as many people said, including YouTubers like Legend, Volant and others, this is basically desperation. This is 100% desperation from the Creative Assembly. They just announced Medieval 3 in pre-production, and that's all. They don't have anything. Sure, tomorrow, that's December 11, and they will announce some other things, as they mentioned at the end. But let's be honest, I really doubt that there will be some other news about Medieval 3, because, as I said, they didn't even start working on it. And here is actually the question which we need to ask: should we be worried? 100% we should be worried, because they don't have anything when it comes to the Medieval 3. And there's also another question when it comes to Warhammer 40k. Are they even working on Total War Warhammer 40k? Or it will be just another desperation, just like in Medieval 3? Because that's the thing which we need, guys, all to realize and ask this question. Are they even working on Warhammer 40k and Medieval 3? Are they even working on those games? Are they desperate? Because this is the pure desperation. Should we be worried? 100% we should be worried. And that's bad. That's really, really bad. And you see, this anniversary was just a disappointment, let's be honest. Like, let's be honest, they were talking about an hour about the fucking DLC, which no one really cared about. That's how it is. You can check, you know, many comment sections and many videos, you know, of many YouTubers who were streaming that event. It was just the massive disappointment. Okay, no one really cares about the end times. Like, because when it comes to the Warhammer Fantasy, the end times is probably the most hated event in the Warhammer Fantasy, because Games Workshop basically killed Warhammer Fantasy and introduced Age of Sigmar. So yeah, I'll be honest, the end times is the most hated time period in Warhammer Fantasy. No one really likes end times, no one like it, no one, everyone hates it. That's the thing with the end times. I'm a fan of Warhammer Fantasy, and even I myself despise end times. I hate end times because it's bullshit. It's the fucking bullshit which completely destroyed the entire fantasy and created the Age of Sigmar. Now, I'm not saying that Age of Sigmar is bad thing, okay? I'm not saying this because I like some things, you know, from the Age of Sigmars, but still, Warhammer Fantasy, in my opinion, is much better than Age of Sigmar, and the thing that they killed, you know, Warhammer Fantasy with that stupid event called the End Times, it's basically how it is. Most people despise End Times. They hate it. And let's be honest, announcing Medieval 3 is nothing, just desperation from the CA. They didn't even start working on the game yet. This game will be probably ready in the year 2030. Maybe I don't know. That's the thing. And you know, Warhammer 40k, who knows? Who knows if they are even working on the game. So again, here we got also another issue, the pure desperation from the Creative Assembly. I am eager to see tomorrow, December 11, what it will be, okay? That clusterfuck which will be tomorrow. I'm really eager to see this, because, like, come on, Creative Assembly is so desperate. Like, look, here is the thing. I want Total War to be good. I want Total War franchise to prosper for another 10 or 20 years. Why? Because I am a massive fan of Total War. I've been playing Total War games for many years. I started Total War with Rome Total War, you know, with the good old Rome Total War, and that with Medieval 2. And then of course with other games like Empire, Rome 2, etc. I want Total War to be a good franchise, a prosperous franchise. But this, what CA is doing right now, you know, with this announcement of Medieval 3, that's desperation. They are not even working on this game. That's fucking desperation. Oh well, we will see what will be tomorrow. You know, December 11, as they said in the video. Oh, okay guys. Cheer, and we'll see you later. Have a nice day.